Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Beautiful Bliss Tarot. I'm back again, okay? And I'm gonna do a zodiac reading for all the 12 signs, okay? This will be a short read, so take what resonates, leave what don't. As you well know, we're here to live, laugh, learn, the lessons we're supposed to. We're all about positivity over here. We're not judging. We just want people to do better. Okay? So I hope everybody has had a good day, and we're just gonna start out with January, and I'm gonna just hopping right on into it. Okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and start with some oracle cards, and we're just gonna see what's going on and what's coming out. Okay? But thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you guys so much for your like, comments, shares, and subscribes. I do greatly appreciate it. I do thank you so much for all your support. Okay. And I'm just gonna clear the energy, clear the energy, clear the energy. Alright. May I receive good, clear, precise messages. And let me receive the message as it's supposed to and give the collective what they need to know. Okay. Alright. Alright. So already we have death in the reverse, we have vow in the reverse, and we have family in the upright. So 79, 54, or 46 could be relevant. Okay. It's given threes. Okay. I believe this one came out first. So right off the bat here, I see. Okay. We have death and vow in reverse and family, right? Then we have origin, protest, and hesitation. We had conflict, alliance. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff going on for one. Alright, so for the people for January, okay? Take it as it resonates, okay? Don't force anything to fit. Now, we got somebody who doesn't want to give up or doesn't want to put it into a promise or a vow that they made to their family, okay? They're really hoping and wishing that they can get back to, how things used to be, all right? Now, they really want to fight against something that's going on behind the scenes that they're not telling somebody about, and it's really bringing about a change that they're trying to manifest otherwise for, right? And they're really hesitant because they don't know which way to go. They got the devil on their shoulder, and it's just the angel on the other, and it's just like stuck in two minds. Which way do I go, right? Now, they don't want to fuss, they don't want to fight, they don't want to have argue with something that they are dealing with behind the scenes. They definitely don't want to fight and argue with their family, the people that they made a vow to protect, honor, love, or however, but right now, because they had an alliance with that family, they want to go away and be happy and be married with that family. They want to be able to celebrate with that family, and their pride and their ego upon admitting defeat right now is really getting in the way of their forward movement. Okay, so it's just like their ego and their pride is just making it so that they refuse to see that they're in a trap, and they're keeping this all on the inside, trying their best to have success, like really doing everything under the sun to have success. And everything under the sun may include things that they're not supposed to be doing. It could be spell work, it could be other things, just manipulating paperwork, manipulating people, taking kickbacks. It could be anything, doing anything under the sun to have their way in a situation, because they don't want to turn back on their word. I guess this person may have spoke too soon when it came to, you know, making promises they couldn't keep, cashing a check they couldn't, writing a check they couldn't cash. They didn't even have all their ducks in a row before they started celebrating too early. Is really what it's given. But they're trying to keep it all on the inside, that they're having nightmares and they really don't know what to do, because they were involved in some really crazy illusions that now is surfacing and causing so much change for them. And what they were doing was trying to rob somebody and be sneaky about it, cause change for somebody else, so that way they can be successful and they can look like the big dog, whoever this applies to. Okay? Now, they don't want to admit that they have an entity attachment on them. Okay? And curse card did come out, and right behind that was blessings. So this person is really trying to fake the funk, like they're not cursed and like they're not getting the karma and the backlash of what they put out. And that's exactly what they're getting. They want to pretend like they're getting blessings, but that's just something that they have on the forefront, and they want people around them that are involved in something that they're trying to get out of, that they've been working with people to obtain and stuff like that. They want them to compromise with them and not out them in some sort of way, or really figure things out. They're trying to use their imagination and get out of their head about this nightmare that they're having on a day-to-day basis. Okay? And they know nobody's gonna accept them or help them out if they're accept for a bribe or anything like that. They know that they're gonna be homeless, and all of this faking like they got it like that with these blessings is not going to be given like it's supposed to. They're going to be homeless and they're going to be receiving loss, and that's just what it is. Nobody's going to be helping them. They're too far gone. They're too far deep into this. Okay? And they're hoping that somebody can collaborate with them because they're ready to move forward. They really want to put all of this behind them now that it's crashing down on them. Okay? They really need some help. They really want some help. Okay? And this time, they're trying to stay calm. They really are. They're really trying to manifest a solid, foundation and, I guess give an offering to the universe in exchange for a blessing for themselves, because they want to, keep this persona like they're so far reserved, but they know that they're going to lose everything, that they know that, they want to stay like they're the top thing, that they're the best thing smoking, that they're desired and everything, but they know they're going to jail and there's no way around it. Okay? And at this point, there's no more daydreaming because reality has hit. Okay? And their evidence has piled up against this person, and they're going through withdrawals because they're being watched, or they know that they can't have access to the same things that they used to. Okay? And they're trying desperately to come up with ideas to help them get back to this foundation and solidness, that they once had, that they promised to their family that they could deliver, or people that they love that they could deliver, and they can't. And they know that they're just, being puppeteered, and that they're just a third wheel, whoever this person is. But they don't want to accept that at this point. And they're going through all their savings, like, they know if they don't do something fast, I guess, or this person's mindset, they know if they don't do something fast, that they're going to be growing old, still trying to, save a penny, and that they're going through their money fast right now. So they're not going to have anything left. They're going to have to retire old if they, aren't physically going to jail. And if it's just, like purgatory or, whatever have you. But they're angry at this point because they know they're not the master. They know that they're a puppet in this game, okay? And that, whatever promises that were made to this third party is, they want to keep that. They want to maintain that. And they're really trying everything in their power to do it. They're reaching out to professionals, maybe that's people that, dibble in magic or anything like that. But they're reaching out to professionals or people they feel like are professionals to help them out with this, but they see that they're stuck. They're stuck in a heartbreaking situation behind trying to maintain a foundation and solidarity that's not no longer there. They want to have luck, but they're twisted and, a little off with their key, off kilter with who they're supposed to be really praising. Like, if this person doesn't praise the Most High, they're in the dark arts. So, they're not getting what they're wanting to get. Yeah, they want to have good news. They want to have good news about whoever this person is in the past. Take that as it resonates. I don't know. But yeah, this person is really struggling with which path to go, because they had the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. So it's like they want to turn to the Most High because now they're in trouble. But when it was all fun and games, they were fine dealing with the dark side of things. Really? Or is this could be just people like that are on the dark side of things, and they play and they disrespect the Most High's name, and they try to make it seem like that's what they be doing. But behind the scenes, they're doing dark work, and they use the Most High as a cover-up. Yeah, that's what it's given. Because they're struggling to go on this brand new adventure that they want to go on so bad. And they're refusing to really listen and learn from the signs that they call themselves nothing but illusions, trying to call somebody else that. Okay? And they're really overwhelmed, trying to pretend like they're not. Okay? But they're getting ready to bust out the seams. And they're trying to maintain and pretend like they can be friends with somebody. But it's nothing but an illusion to block this person. Take it how it resonates. Put yourself in the predicament as it goes, okay? And this person just can't relax, okay? They don't have any more, they don't know what else to do. Their plan, their goal to make something shake or whatever, have their outcome that they wanted, is not going that, okay? It's given they got to go back to the drawing board, if they're even able to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, they see that they're not ready for the future. They're not ready for this crash down, for justice to come on their head, because it's on top of them. Okay, they're not ready for it. They don't see it coming, or they know it's coming, and they just refuse to accept it. They're still out here, doing dark magic, black magic, trying to perform ceremonies and do sacrifices, but the people around them are bullying them and seeing that they don't have no victory. They need to just walk away, because they call themselves trying to strategize, but people around them are doing more strategizing than them. Take it how it resonates, okay? And this person is really trying to pretend like they're not stressed at all, but they really are. And they don't want to admit that this is their fate, that cycles are closed. That's it, period, okay? And that they're going through these tower moments, like it's inevitable. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all, folks, okay? That's it, and that's all. And it's all because they don't love themselves for real. And they don't want to admit that they're lonely for real. And that they're looking for love in all the wrong places. That they have warped, twisted memories with folks that they viewed as love, and it's not given that. They wish they could go back to a certain time when they did have somebody that really truly cared for them and felt for them. This could be somebody's ex. I don't know, ex-friend, family, foe. I don't know, but they're reminiscing about, marriage and friendship. When they had good times, when they were having victory. When they were having their way. And now they're going through a stage where they're blind. They're blind from the future, okay? They're blinded from the future about how, they're blinded from the future. They don't know what's coming up, but they're still pretending like they got everything, like everything's cool, and that they're not, going to be receiving a real, even bigger disaster than what they're already coming from. Like, they don't want to believe that their friends betrayed them. Okay, they don't want to believe that their so-called friends, triumphed over them when they was trying to be the ones to, call themselves trying to get over on somebody else, right? They don't want to believe that the friends that they thought was helping them was actually the ones that was throwing them on the bus at the end, okay? And that's what it's given, because that's going to be the nail in the coffin. They the ones got the inside scoop, and they snitching, or it's did snitch, and people just, it's just waiting, it's only a matter of time. And this person's going to live and learn, okay? They're going to live and learn. They're going to have time to sit and live and learn, okay? But this is divine timing for them to be set down and put it to a stop, because they've been doing way too much, okay? Spirit says they've been having sweet dreams so far, but they're going to be apologetic, and they're going to learn what it means to actually give themselves self-love. They're going to have plenty of time to figure it out, okay? And it could, okay, last few cards in this deck, something about a house. You know, they're trying to pretend like everything's okay with somebody that they love or care about, but this person may or may not know that this person is sick and they're wearing a mask, and they're just trying to gain a one-up, but they're really frightened in their mind because they really want somebody to compromise with them so that they can have a victory, but they know it's not going as planned. It was been said back here that they had to give that plan up, okay? They had to go back to the drawing board. They refuse to acknowledge that everything is falling apart, and they're trying to pretend like it's not, but it really is, okay? 16:11 on the clock. Okay, give me something for January. Again, we're talking about January zodiacs, okay, folks? We got the ghost coming out. Ooh, the ghost is crazy. We got the conspiracy theorist. So this person is like a half-asser, because we got ghosts coming out, but conspiracy theorists in the reverse. So, you know, like conspiracy theorists, so-called conspiracy theorists, believe in like all the things that, you know, society don't want to admit it's true. But at the same token, it's like, okay, it's given, yeah, because they deal in the dark arts, so they don't, it's like, oh, this person's going through it mentally. I got it. I get it now. So, like, whoever this person is that it applies to, it's like, because how do I even explain that? Yeah, I split the deck on the troll and delete. So, yeah, like, this person is being deleted out of, like, the dark community or whatever. Like, thrown out. But what I was about to say was, this person, like, they believe in it when they're doing it, but they refuse to acknowledge it and believe in it when it's turning back on them. When, you know, they're just like, oh, it fits the bill when I want it to, but if it's not fitting for me, I don't believe it. It ain't so. It's not real. That's fake. But they're really going through it in all types of ways, is what it was given. Like, I couldn't even really figure out, like, how to say that. But yeah, like, that's funny. Wow. And they spirit saying they a troll, like, yeah, they really out their mind. Like, they're really in the matrix. They're really like in some other world. Like, maybe they dibble and dabble in some other stuff that we don't know about. Yep. Okay, so yeah, so we got the bullshit artist, you know, bouncing history, and this like cataclysmic, like, nuclear war bomb thing that they got going on in the desert, like bomb testing icon. Like, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about in a second. But yeah, it's like this person is really like caught up in a mental prison, like purgatory. Like, they got one foot in, one foot out kind of thing. Like, they're being haunted by everything that they don't want to now believe that it's real, and they try to play like everything was cool and it's not. But this person, you know, they don't want to be seen as bullshit. Like, they don't want to be seen as a bucket of shit, because that's all they are, okay? They don't want nobody to see their or know about their browser history. They don't want nobody to know that they was the ones, you know, pretty much being this nuclear bomb that's causing destruction to everybody around them, okay? They don't want to be seen as, you know, the self-destructive type, because that's exactly what it's given, okay? And they got some weird stuff on their browser history. Weird stuff, okay? But they out here still, you know, they could be stealing credit cards or doing credit card fraud or something like that. Who knows? But, you know, they got probably going bankrupt. But they're a menace to society. Like, nobody is fucking with them. And they're trying to stay indoors and isolate themselves. You know, they got mail piling up. You know, people trying to, you know, ask them to be present somewhere, probably in court. And they thinking about not going. Okay? They're a big baby, says Spirit. And they're all about nothing but deception. Like, they're nothing but an illusion. Like, that's all they present is illusions. Okay? Oh, goodness. So, they could be involved in some really, like, crazy stuff. Let me clarify real quick before I don't know. Because it's a blender with, like, some stuff in it. So, let me clarify. Let me see. Yeah, this person could be making sacrifices and doing spell work in the house or in the closet somewhere, a kitchen witch, because they don't have access to some resources that they once did. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, they struggling. They trying to work hard on doing some magic or manifesting, you know, them being seen as some type of King of Cups energy. Like, they're really trying to support themselves before they can support others, or before they can really, like, step out and be like, yeah, I got it like that. Like, they're trying to get back on the bandwagon how things used to be. You know, they're trying to be subtle and crafty and, you know, seen as wise and fierce and everything. They want to be seen as like a nurturer with a calm, you know, exterior. You know, that's how they want to be seen, as confident, you know, balanced, gracious. But that's what this spell work that they're doing is for. You know, to change the dynamic of things, okay? So to give them a brand new beginning, so that way they can get back to a Queen of Pentacles status, but still on demon time, like they used to be. So that's what this spell work is. That's exactly what they're doing. They're in the house or doing spell work in somebody's, you know, shop, doing something. But that's exactly what they're doing spell work for. And, ooh, interesting. This person is really a big baby. And they're a catfish. Yeah, but they know somebody is hot on their trails. Yeah, they have people, little henchmen that do their dirty work. Yeah, but this catfish is getting nauseous. They're trying to go on a plane and escape somewhere, but they don't want to go back to the slums, but they're living out of some rundown apartment or hotel, hoping that they can get somebody off their tracks. But, you know, they have a disease and they may be spreading the disease, and something's coming back around the woodworks to haunt them about that. They're getting nauseous, and this disease got them feeling nauseous. Okay? And they gaslight whoever this person is. They gaslight anybody and everybody. They don't care. Yeah, they go to parties, and that's probably where they got this disease from. Yeah, this person is starting to feel nauseous. Ooh, the taser. Yeah. So they could be having an outbreak, but yeah, because they caught something. Going to somebody's rundown motel, or being an escort, being a hoe, being a thought, doing something they wasn't supposed to. Take out a resonate, guys. I'm just telling the story I'm channeling right now, so just listen and take how it resonates, put the story how it goes. But they caught something that they can't get rid of, and they're having an outbreak or a flare up, and they're really feeling sick, but they're trying to gaslight whoever is in their vicinity or whatever. But whoever this person is like, they not fucking with this person. Like, they're giving them the, like, shock of their lifetime. Like, there might as well be a taser, because, you know, with their tongue, because this person is really in shock. Like, their gaslighting is not working. And this person, whoever they're trying to gaslight is seeing them as, you know, a flawed individual. Like, they thought they was perfect. At one point, they didn't see or care that this person was like how they was, but they see that this person is fake. Yeah, this person is a player. This is a devil. This is a devil in disguise in a human suit. Like, this person is a player, and they really just want to collect souls for the bad guy. And this could be like an evil landlord or somebody who has it out for somebody. Take it how it resonates. Okay. We got text messages on the bottom, but they're just one-sided. Like, somebody's just really going unheard all types of hours of the day. Somebody could be reaching out to somebody around 2:49 in the evening. You probably could have got a text from this person or somebody at 14:49, 2:49. But this person is going unheard, unread for 8 days. Like, their messages are going unread, unheard, unseen. Like, somebody can't get in contact with this person, or this person's trying to reach out to somebody and they're not having it. They probably could be on block. But the messages go, how are you? You there? Hello? Are you mad? Confused? This is not how friends treat friends. Piss off. I'm sorry. So this person is really like wishy-washy, topsy-turvy. Like, they really are a devil. Because one minute they sweet, one minute they not. Like, they really play their role as best they can in the time to get what they want. But that's no longer going down like that. Okay? This person sent this message all in one day, right after another. And that was all 8 days ago. It was delivered, but it wasn't read. And if it was read, it was left on read. So it's really just given that this person is really just trying to get out of Dodge, or the person that they're trying to contact is supposed to be in charge of giving them their passport so that way they can get out of Dodge and escape quickly. But they just find themselves being given a runaround or going through a revolving door of like crazy cycles. If it ain't one thing, it's another, and it's their season to receive justice. Like, they don't want to admit that, but it's given. And they're popping pills to stay calm, but they're a troll that needs to be deleted. Okay? They're not alive anymore. They're one foot in, one foot out. They're a mutant. They're clone. Okay? Alright. Let's continue. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck? Yeah, they don't want to be deleted, but they're going to. They're going to be. Yeah. Spirit said, we ain't going to let you. You got to unplug the plug on this gamer. You got a card with a game controller, but it's unplugged from the system. It's like a brand new controller, so it's not even hooked up to nothing. It even got the little plastic piece that has the little cord wrapped up, like a brand new controller fresh out the box. Like, they said, yeah, you got to be deleted. Like, this came after the delete card. Like, it's like a card that has the delete key on it. That's all it is. It's just delete key. So they said, yeah, we got to unplug you. And it's this, I cannot make it up. This is coming right out under gamer. Like, you got to unplug this gamer. They got to unplug this cult. The cult came out with the unplug the controller. And after delete, after this devil. That's crazy. The Spirit ain't playing. What was this that one flip over? Yeah, this person is imposter. There's a poser. Okay? And all they do is post up and regulate. Okay? They don't know what's going on. They got student loans from over 50 years ago. They got bills catching up to them. They got things that they did way back in the past, maybe fraud-wise, that they didn't realize was going to catch up to them in today's modern day in society. Okay? And they lying through their teeth. Ain't nothing but a Pinocchio. And they keep lying. But they're realizing they don't have control over this. It's bigger than them. And they're getting caught up. Whoever this applies to. Take it how it resonates. And again, this is for January. Folks of January. Take it how it resonates. Yeah, this person is holier than thou. Okay? They act like they can't do no wrong, like they shit don't stink, but it definitely does. Okay? And they're really trying to do any and everything they can to fix themselves. They want to be able to glow and be soft and smooth, and they're really using all types of products to hold this mask up and this face up, because they may be, showing it on themselves. Like, Yeah, life really handing it to them right now. All that spell work they're doing could be affecting them in a major way. And they're not able to escape. They don't have no passport. Okay? They got a return receipt at the bottom of the deck. Like, yeah, return back to sender. Like, yeah, you can have that back. Nah, you ain't going nowhere. You gotta handle that. You gotta receive all of this. Okay? Your karma is here and you don't want to accept it. Like, I guess this person is really being disrespectful to somebody, some type of deity. But they're really trying to stay calm because, yet again, this person that they're trying to communicate with keep giving them the runaround, and they're just going through it. This entity or spell work that they got going on, that they put on somebody else, is making them sick and making them can't eat. And they're really like, really going through it because they're dying and they know they're dying, but they feel like they're not themselves, like they're out of control, like their body is not their body anymore. Whatever this entity is has them moving around like a zombie, and they're just a troll. Like, it's just a devil entity or whatever, embodied in troll spirit. Like, that's all. It ain't nothing but what it's gonna be. Like, like this person promised something that they couldn't deliver, and they resorted to spell work to try to get it done. That still didn't work. Now everything going back haywire, backfiring on them. They still don't know what to do. Yeah, all they can do is try to, they're incubus. Like, they have a sex demon on them as well. So they call themselves maybe trying to, still escort. The same thing that they, hold a thought, or, open their legs to whoever, however. Yeah, they breaking the bed. Say they sit here still doing sexual favors for money, or trying to, they still spreading whatever. They're really being a menace to society. They're spreading a disease that they probably damn well know that they have because they're experiencing the symptoms. Okay? They don't want to believe it. Yeah, this person cannot eat anything. They're nauseous. They're sick. They're going through an outbreak. Okay? But still trying to chase money. You can't escape out of the country for nothing. With this passport in reverse, the person you're trying to get in contact with is getting you to run around. You can't contact them for nothing. You're really sick. And you've been used, like, to whoever is resonated. I could be talking to this person applies to because maybe they just jumped in the reading, but yeah, like, your body is deteriorating. You don't even have an appetite, and you don't even realize how bad you look. Like, you literally look run down and beat up, and there's really so much concern for you. Like, caution tape is really crazy, and your mom could have passed on, or you have a tattoo of a mom tattoo on you, or your mom always thinks about you. She has concerns about you. Take it as a resonate, but she's going to be surprised. Yeah, something's going to blow her mind. Something's going to blow her mind, or something is already blowing this person's mind. Take it as a resonate, because they have nothing but anxiety and they're chain smoking. Okay? They want to hide the evidence all down the garbage disposal, but it's not going down. And they're trying to cope with everything by self-medicating. And this person could have a comfort pet, or they're doing sacrifices on pets or people's pets. Something about a pet, a dog specifically, or a cat. This person could have too many cats, but something in particular about a dog. And, maybe they're abusing their animals at this point and thinking about sacrificing these animals. Could be something that some pet that they did once see as a comfort pet, or this could be their mom's pet. Somebody's pet is in danger. Somebody around them eyeballing your pet to do a sacrifice on them, but they can't move back in nowhere. Nobody's accepting them. Nobody wants them. They're like rotten meat. They're not prime cut. They're not none of that, and they're drinking heavily. They're stuck in conflict. They can't get their head out their ass. They don't know if they're coming or going. They're really just want to wake up from this dream because they feel like they're such a good actor, like that this is just a part that they're playing, like, but they're really just a shitbag. Like they're not worth nothing, and they really pretending like they're somebody's magician, and that they can just go under the knife and get Botox and change their appearance and just go off to an Asian or a foreign country, or you know, just travel off somewhere across somebody's water and just work the nightlife, probably get a job at a diner off some dirt road or something, you know, just really take a road trip out there where can't nobody find them or track them down. But this person's supposed to be, you know, they're a pill popper, so you know, they're not microdosing shrooms no more. They're not microdosing dabs. You know, they're full on popping pills because they're not calm. Okay? Anxiety out the ass with this fidget spinner. All right? They got pills beyond pills. Okay? They could have been selling pills, but they got access to pills. Okay? And now they're trying to delete stuff. Or this person could be, you know, like it says the deleter. So they probably could be deleting evidence or trying to throw their phone or, you know, anything. It could be trying to throw away evidence, you know, trying to delete everything that they had their hands on or that was attached to. Okay, but their luck is out. It's mega changes here. And they lost again. Like they're in danger and they know it. Whoever this cult is that they work with, they're not responding to them. They're leaving them on red, and they know they're gonna get got because they're being thrown into a revolving door. Like they're not being answered and they're sick, and this entity that is taking over their body is really doing just that. It's making them feel alienated, like they're not themselves, and they're taking 24-hour energy just to stay up because they know that they're not themselves. Like this entity or whatever is fully taken over. Like they're truly dead. Like they can't sleep, but when they do sleep, it's like maybe 10-15 minutes. Like they're up all the time. Anxiety can't really let them sleep, so if they are, it's not even giving that. Okay, but this person really want to try to pretend like they could give himself a whole makeover and really like kiss ass and come in like there's somebody else to this cult and be on some pardon stuff, like, oh, why y'all gonna treat me like that? But in a disguise, like they already know it's you. Like they returning you back to sender. Here's your return receipt. We don't want you no more, and you can hit the dirt road. Like they feel like this person is a laughing stock. Like all you do is party, but you can't even do that no more because you're sick. Like you can't even be a sex slave or a whore or a thought or, you know, do what you do behind the scenes. You know, you can't even do that no more. You really can't. Is there anything else, Spirit? I just pulled out the What's the Tea deck. I'm not going to take too much longer of your time because I'm going to try to get as many as I can out. I'm going to post them as I can. Anything else, Spirit, that the collective need to know for as far as January? January? For the folks of January, do they need to know anything? Yeah, this was a sheep in wolf's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and they've been rejected by you or others. Okay, or Spirit says you need to reject them, or you have rejected them, and you need to keep them blocked and off out the way. Okay, you're uninterested. Period. All right. What's this? You're not crying over them. You're not fishing for comments. And you're not checking for them. You're very much uninterested, is what Spirit is saying. And Spirit is saying that's good. You need to stay that way because this person is nothing but trouble. But you already know that. That's why you just so far gone from this person, whoever it is. They're going through legal issues and they don't want nobody to know about it. Okay? 3927 on the clock. And stomach growling. But yeah, like anything in the Spirit. Yeah, they're clout hungry. They want attention so bad. They'll say anything. They'll do anything. Make any shit up. They're so dramatic. And the people in the legal system know. The people in their cult know. That's why they're giving them up. This person got a bad reputation all the way around the board. And they just refuse to see it. They refuse to acknowledge it. Like, but they will see it because it's going to hit the fan ASAP. All right? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah, this person is a thief. This person is a thief. They stole something. And they're not a boss daddy or boss mama. Okay? They pretend like they're stable and they're rich and they got it like that, and they're not that. They're very much codependent. Okay? Yep, my cards are upright, but everything's just keep coming out in reverse. Like, yeah. This person wants to have a romantic love affair with you, but it's not going. You're not taking them back. You're not touching them, looking at them, seeing them, none of that. You're not, like, they don't exist anymore. And that's how it need to be. That's how you're treating this person. Okay? Because you're a queen or a king rising, and they're really trying to dig dirt on you, but they have no facts. They really want to have somebody to blame or play the blade game or play on somebody's heartstrings to, you know, have somebody to manipulate to do their bidding. They want to pretend like they're into you. They feel like, oh, we have great chemistry, we have great vibes, you know, we were going good. No, because everything's coming to the light. Like, this person is the only person in La La Land. They can't see outside of the VR glasses. Okay? They're blind. And they're a divination abuser on the bottom of the deck. Let me keep going, Spirit said. Okay? They're receiving bad karma. This person with a bad reputation. Period, point blank. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Take it how it resonates. Yeah, Spirit says you're dodging a bullet. Keep dodging a bullet. Because this person is trying to dodge a bullet they themselves, but they find it very much difficult because it's not going. It's just not going. Okay? This person just really ain't shit, period. And they're bankrupt, period. Alright? So, let me see. Anything else, Spirit? Any other closing messages? Anything you want to say? Like, this person's mom is really worried about them, whether still here or passed on. They're really worried. But this person really wants to receive love from an emperor that they were previously trying to block from progressing, keep them juggling. They really want this person to double back and spin the block for them, but it's not given. This person has to accept the loss because 5 of Cups, that's it. There is no more. And they don't want to give it a break. They don't want to rest up. They don't want to leave this person alone. So that's why they're going to have to be put down. They're just receiving heartbreak at this time because all this magic that they're doing is only manifesting the outcome that they didn't want to have, and that this person is being a king of swords towards them and cutting them clean the fuck off. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no turning back. Like, no, we're not fighting. We're not arguing. We're not even communicating. So there is no need to argue. This person doesn't want to argue, but they're not going to argue because they can't even reach you. They really want to have a brand new beginning, a new pinnacle. They want somebody to, you know, give them a break and give them some money. Preferably this cult that they've been working with, whoever that they've been in cahoots with, that they feel like just backstabbed them or left them for the streets, left them as trash. They really want them to help them out and give them an opportunity. But whoever these people are, these cult or friends or family or whoever that was helping them, they're burdened. And they don't want this person to know that. So they're just going to get rid of them. They're like, nah, we really got to play catch up and figure this out because you caused so many illusions for the group. And you don't realize that people in the group are really having nightmares and anxiety and feeling the backlash behind shit that you was doing. You know, we out here trying to get back to our stable foundation. You know, the cult didn't think that we was going to have to deal with consequences like this, dealing with you. You know, because the wheel is turning. And in order for them to get back into a point where they feel like, all right, they can be good for a little bit, they got to get rid of you. And that's what it's given. So take it how it resonates. I'm talking to whoever I'm talking to. If the shoe fits, wear it. 4442 on the clock. Okay? But communication is coming in fast for somebody. Yeah. And it could be lies. Somebody wants to tell nothing but lies. Come in and rush off fast, tell you nothing but lies. They're going to try to spin the truth so good because this person is clout hungry. They're going to say anything or do anything to get out of this situation. They know they're in trouble, but they don't want to believe it. They see the writing on the wall, but they don't want to acknowledge that it is what's happening because it's happening to them and not whoever they wanted it to happen to. Okay, they really want to have a partnership and celebrate with somebody, you know, but the cycle is complete. That's it, that's all. And they just have to admit that, you know, that's it. That's it. There's no going back. You will be left out in the cold. This cult is not, you know, coming in to help you. And it could be this cult that's coming in and rushing to tell this person lies. Like, oh yeah, we gonna help you, we gonna help you, but they ain't gonna do nothing but still put the last nail in the coffin. And while this person is thinking that, oh, everything good, they gonna be behind the scenes, you know, closing up cycles. And then when this person next turn around, they're gonna be betrayed and backstabbed and left out for cold, left out for dirt, left out for trash. You know, you gotta be careful with the company you keep. Yeah, they're gonna be going through tower moments. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah, they want to bring balance to the situation. They really do. But they really, they're Queen of Swords right now. Like, it's not given that they, you know, actually are smart and quick and, you know, they're coming off complex, but not no grateful. They want to come off as grateful or graceful and, you know, straight to the point and, you know, amazing, but they're really heavily burdened. They really are. They don't know what to do. Okay? It's crazy. They don't know what to do. Okay? And when they had the chance, they refused to sail off to calmer waters. Okay? They refused to. They wanted to be somebody's empress. They are not somebody's empress. They're not even, you know, looked at by the King of Wands. Like, there's no victory for this person, for nobody. They didn't want no empress to have justice, but she's having it. They didn't want her to be seen as, you know, seen by the person that they were dealing with, the person that they didn't want them to be with. Like, this empress is not checking for whoever this is. Take it how it resonates. Like, they was just really just trying to hold everybody back, and they held everybody that they was working with back and themselves. That's the only people that they held back. It's all behind an empress and an emperor. Somebody that they was working with that got their eyes on the empress that the empress ain't checking for. You know, they didn't want the empress or the emperor to be successful and have this justice, but that's exactly what they're gonna have. Period. And it's not up to this person. They're going down. Like, their friends told on them. The cult that they were dealing with told on them. Yeah, people know that they're nothing but sneaky and conniving. So they're being, the same energy that they got out is coming back to them. And now they realize that, you know, they didn't win in this situation. They did all of this work to be conniving and deceitful just to look up and see that the same people that they was around was doing the same shit to them. How did they not see it when they were so busy worried about the wrong shit? Is now what they trying to ask themselves. Yeah, they can't wish on no star. They can't make nothing happen. They can't make nothing shake. All their prayers is going on deaf ears from the dark side and the light. They are not in a good spot right now. But Spirit kept saying they have to be deleted. I don't know if it's the demon that was brought about by this person, dibbling and dabbling in things that they had no business dabbling into. You know, maybe this demon that possesses them or these entities that possess them were banished a long time ago. That's why this person is having such a crazy ass, you know, inner battle, really going through it and just refusing. Like, it's crazy because a lot of shit is happening to this person, but you know, like, the brain is crazy because, like, when you go through traumatic stuff, like, you can kind of disassociate yourself from it. So it's like this person is like trapped inside their own mind but have no control over these entities. And when they try to take control of their body, they're met with nothing but, you know, negativity, like bad feelings, like nausea, like they're not, they're, oh, you want to come to the light type of shit. You want the steering wheel? Okay, take the steering wheel. And they come back, their body fucked all up. They just having so many problems and woes, like they mention that they don't want to be here. But at the same time, they do want to be here because they had a mission. Like they refuse to stop. They refuse to, you know, they really want to have what they want to have, and they're not taking no for an answer. But that's partially because of the spell work that's backfiring, the entities that's occupying their body, the character that they already possess, being a lion ass, backstabbing ass, no good ass, ain't shit ass person, as an individual as it is, giving them entities the perfect foundation to wreak havoc even more in this person's life. So we're really going down the hole because you was just fucked up from jump. You was just what? You was a demon time, like what? You easy work for a demon. Like, yeah, let me jump on that. That's easy work. So fucking low vibrational. I ain't gotta do shit. Okay? I ain't even had to promise them nothing. They too ready. Let's go. They called me to the stage. I did not ask to be here. And this is what is given. That's why this person is so fucked up. But it's like they want to try to remove themselves so bad from it. It's like you can't have one foot in and out with one foot out. Nah, you can't do all of that. It's given 51-15, like 51-15. Yeah. This person is trying to make a plan for the future, but they really don't know which way to go. They really don't. Alright, Spirit. Anything else? Anything else? Let me see. I'm gonna end it out with some Cosmic Oracle cards, okay? For January. Because this reading has already been long enough, okay? Long enough. Now, okay. Give me something for closing remarks, okay? For people for January. Okay. We had two popped out. Devil and Upswing, okay? It says, face your inner fears with this Devil card. And with Upswing, it says, wonderful things are going to happen. So, take it how it resonates, y'all. So, with the Devil card coming back out, it's saying, face your fears. It's saying with this Upswing, you know, wonderful things are going to happen. Take it how it resonates. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? One more time, just in case. Alright. But again, y'all, this is Beautiful Bliss Tarot. Thank y'all again for joining me thus far. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate your love and support. And this has been January's read. Okay? But I shuffled the card for the very last time, and Daybreak is on the bottom. It says, the last obstacle before the emergence of life. Okay? So, take it how it resonates, guys. Thank y'all so much. And y'all have a great one. Love you. Bye.